Alright, what's going on, friends? I have some things to talk about this week. Welcome to What's the Tea? This is the 8th episode, and we're going to be talking about Sony this week, because man oh man, does Sony love to end up in the headlines lately, man, just with all the decisions that they make. So, let's talk about what just recently happened. At the time of recording this, it's the 9th, but on the 7th and 8th, Sony users over those days reported they couldn't log in to PlayStation Network. And everyone wondered if it was just a hiccup, but Sony confirmed that the network was just gone and it was having another outage. And now, an outage isn't a huge deal, but with Sony, it's kind of a huge deal because it has happened a lot. But I will say that this didn't last very long, and kudos to them for getting it taken care of quite quickly. It was around midday on the 8th, I think, so it was down for almost like 24 hours, I think, somewhere in the 20-hour mark. And I don't know, I have some mixed thoughts. This shouldn't still be an issue in 2025. I think, let's see, 2008 was the earliest date that I could find that they had an outage for a data breach, and this happened a handful of times over the years, including in 2011 having 3 separate breaches, one of them in particular that left everything down for like a month, which is nuts. And they did compensate everyone, but at this point, Sony has been kind of known for just going down a lot. They have come out and said that this was caused by an operational issue. So this was all them. They didn't need help from a hacker to get their stuff shut down. They unplugged it on accident, I guess. Not making their track record any better. Man, Sony, y'all need to get it together. So many mistakes have been made this console generation. And here are Sony, Microsoft, and other distributors and sellers of different kinds of media wanting us to buy into their all-digital future, which seems like more and more of a bad idea as time goes on. An outage on PSN means that a large number of games aren't available to play. Not just because they're online only, mind you. If you've downloaded something on PSN and you haven't played it yet, like you plan to, you download it on PlayStation Plus or whatever, and you haven't played it yet, and the network goes down, you cannot play it until the network is back up. This is on top of not being able to play most any PlayStation Plus game, I believe, because it needs verification that you have PlayStation Plus before you can play them. Another issue that I've seen pop up is friends or family who are game sharing on a PS5. For those who don't know, when you get a new PlayStation and you're setting up the console, you set up that one as your main console. This means that anyone else logged in on your console can play any of the games that you have on your account. However, to game share, you must set your main console to your friend or family's console that they have so that they can play as themselves on it while playing your games. This normally doesn't affect you as you're logged in as you and you're still able to access all of your accounts. But when the network is down and the main account holder isn't verifiable, you're locked out of your games and everything because they cannot verify that it is you and you are not on your main systems. You don't have offline privileges. And on a side note, man, I hate that they call it privileges when you have paid for all of these things. Like what? I got the privilege to use something I paid for? Come on now. And there is no way to turn it back until the network comes back up, essentially bricking your PS5. Oh, but they gave everyone 5 free days of PlayStation Plus. That should make everyone forget that your service is unreliable, right? Oh, and if you weren't a PS Plus subscriber and you got locked out of playing anything for that time, congratulations! You get absolutely nothing. For me, this is a prime example of why I'm an advocate for both physical media, and I should add that is proper physical media, Not this, we put a code on the disc so you can download the game BS. Looking at you, Halo. Looking at you. You were the first one to like really start that. Stop it. Also, I love what CD Projekt Red has been doing with GOG, Good Old Games, on PC. Their DRM-free style of selling you games means that there aren't any strings attached when purchasing from them. All of your games can operate independently from their launcher, and they have new programs dedicated to both preserving certain titles by updating them for modern hardware, and even recently opening up voting to see what games the fans would like to see on that list. They've even brought Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 in their original PC release form, and even Dino Crisis 1 and 2, which I am absolutely gonna pick up. Love to see it. And on a side note, this isn't sponsored, by the way, even though it kind of sounds like it is. I am totally just a big fan of all these guys. If you want to build your PC library, maybe you're new to PC for some reason because, I don't know, maybe consoles are pissing you off, which I can totally see. One thing you should definitely do is subscribe to Twitch Prime. If you have that, which you do if you have Amazon Prime, actually, they are one and the same subscription and can be connected. You can get so many free games from Twitch Prime's giveaways. It's crazy. They give away a bunch of free games on Epic, GOG, and their own launcher for the Amazon launcher. And some other things, but usually it's those main three. But it's absolutely worth it. They just gave away the Talos Principle in like its complete edition and BioShock Infinite. And before that, man, I can name so many. I think by now they've given away all of the BioShocks. They've given away a Plague Tale, and even Prey and the Outer Worlds. You can definitely build a library really quick by just popping in on Twitch Prime and seeing what they're giving away. For the rest of this episode, I wanted to just outline some things that I have coming in the future. In the future, I'm going to be releasing maybe the rest of my Iceborne playthrough if I have time. Game after game has been coming out, banger after banger, and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Monster Hunter Wilds are around the corner, because I'm up to another thing. I have righted a wrong. I have sought forgiveness and finally played Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Everybody said it was the greatest Assassin's Creed of all time. I stopped at 3 so I wouldn't know. But I do now, and I will have thoughts, and I will give them in the future. Also, another thing coming, I have been replaying Days Gone, and this one is near and dear to my heart because it is set in a place near my hometown. We're talking about Central Oregon. This game takes place here, and I absolutely love the design of it. It is super faithful, and I wanted to give y'all my perspective as a native Oregonian on it. So look forward to that in the future. This may be a shorter episode than usual, but I kind of wanted to keep this concise and about this one thing because I just really wanted to talk about it. Go ahead and leave a comment and let me know if you like this more short form what's the tea style, or if you like when I bring together multiple subjects in a video. Because this week I really enjoyed kind of having this one thing and delving a little more into it. But I also do enjoy discussing a lot of different topics. So we'll see how that goes in the future. Anyway, thank y'all for stopping by and listening to me rant on and on. Talk to y'all later. Peace.